Hello guys, Elias here. Today I have this V3 pedal set from Fanatec, and I'm going to add some mods to it. This is the ClubSport dampener kit, which can be added to your braking pedal and your throttle. And I have two sets today, and I'm going to add to both sets. So let's see what we have here, and I'm also going to adjust the travel of this gas pedal because you can see how far it travels. I mean, that's too much. I prefer it to go a bit less, and I'm also going to show you how you can do it along with these modes that you can add. So let's do it. So in order to lower the travel of this gas pedal, we first of all need to unscrew these two screws. You need to be very careful not to ruin your thread. Once you've undone this, very carefully push this forward and then take it off. Again, very carefully, and then you have access both to the spring, which you can change because Fanatec provides you with a new spring with additional strength, plus you can add the dampener. So what I'm going to do is, so we need to unscrew this to release both nuts, and then you screw it back just to have enough to hold it in place. Then you screw this in, you put the spring back. You can screw it here just to make sure that it stays in place, and tighten it just enough to have the confidence that it's going to stay there. And that's it. Now you put the housing back, push it just enough, carefully, not to scratch your pedal set or to hurt yourself. And now you can see that there is much less travel compared to what we had before, and you can happily screw your two little screws back in place. Again, very carefully, not to ruin your thread. Once you are finished with this, you can calibrate the new travel in your software and make sure that it's calibrated to this new full travel of your throttle. Okay, now let's get to the dampening kit. You have the manual and everything included, so make sure that you read through it before making any changes. It's very important not to damage anything or ruin your pedal set or dampening kit. So we have the dampener itself, very nicely packaged. Then we have the new mounting bracket. The difference of this mounting bracket compared to the existing one is that it's angled, making sure that when you press your throttle, it doesn't touch your dampening kit, as you can see here, because it's going to go there. And then you need to make sure that when you accelerate or brake, it doesn't ruin or touch your dampening kit. And here is also the mounting kit, which is compatible with both the braking and gas pedals. First, we need to get this vibrator motor. Be careful because there are some wires. Be careful not to ruin them. So now that your rumble motor is installed, you need to fix it in place nicely, gently. It's time to install the mount for the dampening kit. There are 5 holes, out of which 4 are going to be used for the gas pedal and 3 are going to be used for the brake pedal. Gently screw them all in a cross pattern is preferred. So now we can add the dampener itself. For throttle, we will be adding it to the 3rd hole here. For the brake pedal, it's the 2nd one. Be careful with the wire not to punch it because it's going to ruin your rumble motor. Screw them in just to fix their position. You can tighten them afterwards. No need to do it just yet because we are going to adjust the dampener itself. So we have 2 more nuts here for this dampener, which we are going to fix here, and there are 2 little screws that we are going to use for that purpose. Now what we need to do is to unscrew these screws here just to loosen a bit the dampener so we can adjust it. So as we said before, don't tighten these just yet. So we need to reach a point where we have a little bit play. We have the play. Now you turn it 180 degrees. Now there is no play, and at this point, when there is no more play, you just tighten the screws. Just don't go crazy, just enough to make sure that it holds in place, and then you can also tighten these ones. Again, don't go too crazy on them. These are aluminum pedals, so anything that you do to the thread is going to ruin them. Now that we are done with the throttle, we can actually adjust the stiffness from here. You can actually even hear the grease just moving in it. Not the most pleasant sound, but maybe it will get better. So now that we do the same for the brake pedal, I have already moved the vibrator here, and then we add like so. As I said, for the brake mount we only use these 3 points, screwing points, and the dampener goes to the 2nd hole as opposed to 3rd hole here for the gas pedal. And again, be very careful with the actuator wire not to ruin it, and tight these screws from both sides. Undo these 2 screws and just screw in these couple little screws that you get here. And now we're going to repeat the same process. Just unscrew it. So here again we have some movement here, and just screw it in 180 degrees so there is no more movement, and that's it. Your dampener is ready. Screw these 2 screws on top of it just to secure it in place, and now you have your new brake mode in place. So I don't see much difference here. Perhaps it does add some initial resistance here, additional, but this is it. I have also used this moment just to move my brake pedal just a bit to the left, and same to the clutch, because that's more convenient for me with my formula driving, where I don't need clutch pedal, but I certainly do need the brake pedal more to the left. So boys and girls, this is how it looks when it's done. It looks pretty sick, to be honest. I mean, it looks so cool, so sophisticated, I would say. Rumble motors here, dampening here, but then you have this new load cell mode here, and the clutch looks also nice. So I consider it complete, apart from certain things that I could have also changed. The springs, for example, there are more stiffer springs provided with these pedals coming in the box, so for clutch and for the throttle. But I'm rarely using the clutch unless if I'm driving in older cars. I mainly play F1 title, so my main concern is the brake pedal and the throttle, which I'm going to test. I also have this brake performance kit, which I'm not planning to use at the moment. I'm gonna test this first, but it's coming with these extra additions that you can add in the braking shaft, and it's going to make the braking much stiffer and the travel even less than it is now. This is how it looks. So this was modding of Fanatec ClubSport V3 pedals. I hope you liked the whole process. Be careful when you do it yourself. Always read the manual. Subscribe. Thanks for watching for now. Goodbye, guys.